contract. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization, the world's largest regional bloc by population, was founded in 2001 by China, Russia, and Central Asian states. It has since expanded to include India, Pakistan, Iran, and Belarus, with Afghanistan and Mongolia as observers, and 14 dialogue partners. The upcoming summit in Tianjin, China, from August 31st to September 1st will be the biggest in its history, bringing together all 10 members as they seek to shape a new global order. For Beijing, it is a chance to project leadership on the global stage. On the ground, Chinese citizens say ties with Russia are growing closer, with mutual interest and cooperation on the rise. But some point out that Moscow must still protect its national interests given China's vast resources and influence. Once divided by Cold War, border clashes, China and Russia now frame themselves as strategic partners. Let's listen into how people are reacting to the Chinese influence abound in Moscow.
Не могу оценивать политическую обстановку, но мне кажется, у нас потеплели отношения.
Мне кажется, да, какой-то больше интерес просыпается друг к другу. Я была недавно в Китае, в Пекине, вот в этом году, в апреле месяце, и я вижу интерес китайцев к нам. Они, на самом деле относятся очень хорошо, открытые к нам. И также мы, когда встречаем, не испытываем никакого сопротивления, тоже рада этим людям. Да, мы разные по мнению.
А я, с одной стороны, с тобой согласна, а с другой я считаю, что Россия должна очень четко отслеживать и, что называется, бдить свои национальные интересы, потому что Китай все равно является, с одной стороны, стратегическим партнером, а с другой стороны и может быть оппонентом. И так как у него очень много ресурсов и возможностей, нам нужно все это отслеживать и предотвращать возможные какие-то негативные.
Now for this discussion, we're joined by Andrew KP Long. He's a China strategist, joins us live from London. Thank you, Andrew, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now, with this Shanghai Cooperation Organization expanding and meeting in Tianjin, how significant is this summit in shaping what many are calling a new global order?
The Shanghai Cooperation Organization now is very different from what it was, say, a couple of years ago, or even a year ago, because it's gained very important members. Not only, of course, as the founders of the organization, Russia, China, and the landlocked Central Asian countries, but then it's expanded to include and also the middle corridor countries like Azerbaijan and Armenia, and also Turkey and Egypt, and of Middle East countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, and Kuwait, but also Asian countries like Cambodia and Nepal. So it includes a large number of the most influential players in the Global South. At a time when the whole world order has been totally upended by President Trump's unilateral American first coercion and bullying, not only against its existential threat, which is China, but also against its traditional allies, including India and also European Union, and even Canada, its closest and a very friendly next door neighbor. So I think that the players in the Global South, under the umbrella of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, have a chance to come together and not to form a bloc against the United States, because I don't think any countries on earth want to make an enemy of the United States, but to recalibrate their relationship towards increasingly unreliable ally, even though there are, of course, huge opportunities in the United States, but also recalibrating their relationship towards each other, in spite of differences, in spite of competition among some of the countries, for example, between India and China, and other differences. So I think that we are seeing a more nuanced, more interconnected world coming together at least to address some of the global challenges like climate change, terrorism, AI, and to bring benefits to the people around the world, not only to the elite that because half the world's wealth is owned by only a few thousand multi-billionaires. So I think that this signals a momentum towards a fairer, a more inclusive, and a more cooperative world in spite of differences.
And Andrew, you mentioned that this bloc is not to isolate U.S. or repel U.S. in any way, but can this bloc realistically challenge Western-led institutions like the NATO or the G7? What's your thought?
I don't think it's a question of sort of direct confrontation because NATO, of course, is a military alliance. I don't think that the Global South would like to have a war. But then, of course, the Global South would like to have expand opportunities with each other and try to coordinate their foreign policy initiatives so as to avoid conflicts through negotiation, if necessary, and through cooperation. Because through cooperation and through increased mutual understanding, through people-to-people exchanges, between universities, between tourists, between businesses. It lends itself to a greater understanding between countries while finding a way to resolve differences through negotiations, through a bit of give and take, rather than just black and white zero-sum game, which is disrupts the global supply and value chain, at the end benefits nobody.
Thank you, Andrew, for sharing that insight. Please stay with us as we come back to you.